Hello everyone, my name is Dayang Sabrina binti Abdul Wahid. Welcome to my digital story. My book is The Man from Nowhere by Bernard Smith. The book has 48 pages. The genre of this book is fiction, thriller, and suspense. This book published in 2000. My overall opinion is I find this book very interesting. The story is cut into different parts with a linking of the story which is well written, which makes the book very captivating. Otherwise, it is easy to read because the author used simple vocabulary and the picture help us to understand the story. To conclude, I like this book very much and I'm very happy to have chosen this book. The main character of this story is Christos Bardis. He is the Greek millionaire and CEO of the oil tanker company. He has a wife and a son, but we only know their names at the end when he remembers what has happened during his trip. The next main character in this story is his wife Morphia and his son Andy. His wife is called Morphia. She is thin and beautiful. She stayed near the plane while her husband went to look for help. Her son's name is Andy. He is very intelligent because he saved his mother and himself. The other characters of this story are Inspector Ibrahim, Nurse Imelda, and Dr. Singh. My favorite character of this story is Christos Bardis, which is the main character in this story. I like his sacrifice to save his family. He decided to walk alone in the desert to find help even though he was injured. The story begins when Christos went down his plane to solve Wahiba sense, but his plane crashes after being hit by some birds. So Christos left his wife who had an ankle in bad conditions and his son to look for help. He was walking slowly in the desert towards the sea. The son was on his back and he wasn't wearing a shirt. He felt very weak. He couldn't see. He couldn't think. He didn't know where he was. Suddenly he fell to the ground unconscious. A few hours later, a boy from a fisher village found him. The hitman of the village decided that they must get Christos to the hospital in Muscat. Imelda, a nurse from the Philippines, took care of him. They could find out who he was, but Christos didn't move or make any sound, so they called the Inspector Ibrahim. He also asked the neighboring Gulf countries, but nobody knew anything. The fourth day in the hospital that Christos opened his eyes. At first, he couldn't remember anything, but when he recovered memory, he told them the whole story. Inspector Ibrahim immediately organized a helicopter search to find Morphia and Andy. Christos also wanted to participate. They had to find them before the sun went down. Andy could hear the sound of a helicopter, so Andy decided to make a big fire to draw attention. Inspector Ibrahim and Christos could see the fire. Finally, the man from nowhere was back with his lovely family. The moral value in this story is sacrifice. For example, Christos walked at the desert without water and food to save his family and his life. My favorite part in this story is the moment that Andy could hear the sound of helicopter, so he decided to make a big fire to draw attention. It was a very wise action even though he was very tired. He finally meets his family again and the moment touched my heart. Next is personal experience. I have never faced the situation that Christos faced, but if I were him, I would do the same by walking in the desert to search for help to save my family's life. The last part of my digital story is recommendation. I would like to recommend this book to everyone. A person who likes fiction, thriller, and suspense story absolutely will like this book. That's all for me. Thank you for watching.